Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is kind of different. I'm wanting to show you guys how to get this look for the daytime and then transition it into this look for evening. I had this idea in my head and I had to do it. Also, shocker, I'm using the DESI x KATY Dose of Colors collection in this video. I seriously have been loving absolutely everything, so if you're interested, be sure to check that out in the description. Before we get into these tutorials, as always, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already a subscriber, hit the little bell so you're notified every time I upload. And with that being said, if you guys want to see how I went from day to night using the DESI x KATY Dose of Colors collection, then just keep on watching. Okay, so for the daytime look, I'm going to be starting out with this. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. I've been really into this recently. It's such a good like primer slash moisturizer for every day. Oh, also I did do my brows. I filled them in and used concealer around the outside and then set them with some setting gel. I will link all the products to the brows down below if you are interested. I'm going to jump right into foundation. I'm going to use my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation. It's been a minute since I've used this and I miss it. I'm just going to do a drop and a drop. And I'm first going to kind of blend this out with a brush. This foundation is so good for every day. It gives such great coverage, but not too much coverage. It's lightweight. I love this. So now that we've kind of got the brush dispersing most of the product, I'm going to go in with my beauty blender. Just kind of press this in. Since this is more of an everyday look, I want to keep most of my face pretty sheer, but I'm going to put a little extra coverage on the blemish areas. So I'm going to take the Tarte Clay Stick Foundation. I've been liking using this as like a spot concealing foundation. I did a review on this forever ago, and as like an everyday foundation, I wasn't like super fond of it, but I found that it works well with the Rainforest of the Sea foundation if I just have areas that need a little bit more help. And then I'll just press it in with my beauty blender. For concealer, I'm going to use the BareMinerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer. And I'm just going to use this to brighten the under eye. Also, I'm going to put a little on the chin, down the nose, and in the center of the forehead. And then just blend that out with a sponge as well. I'm going to take a little bit of the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. And I'm just going to press this under the eye area to set that before it creases. But I'm going to leave this area unfinished or unset. Next, I'm going to hop into this Convertible Color Dual Lip and Cheek Cream from Stila. This is in the shade Peony. I'm just going to take my beauty blender and dip it into this cream and then bounce it on the back of my hand to see how much pigment we've got going on. And then I'm just going to press it onto the cheeks just for a little bit of a natural flush. So now I'm going to go ahead and set the rest of the face using the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. I'm just going to go right on top of the blush. The color will kind of still show through, but I'm not going to have too intense of a blush color for this. For bronzer, I'm going to use my current favorite BareMinerals Invisible Bronze Bronzer. This is in the shade Fair to Light, and you guys know I've been loving this. So I'm going to take some of that and just warm up the outer portions of my face, around my jaw, and down the neck as well. And as always, I like to get a little in the hairline. And then I've been loving to take this on my Sigma tapered blending brush, and I just like to take a little bit down the sides of the nose and underneath, as well as under the lip. And while we have this out, I'm just going to take the same brush and I'm actually going to just put this in the crease of the eye. I don't know if I mentioned before, but when I did my brows, I did drag concealer on the eyelid and then set it with setting powder, so it's already ready to go. I'm going to take that same brush and just feather that under the lower lash line as well. So now I'm going to take the highlighter from the DESI x KATY Dose of Colors collection in the shade Mirame. And this is a highlighter shade, but it's actually too dark for me, so I'm going to use it as an eyeshadow. I'm just going to take that on a brush and start to kind of press it onto the lid. It works so beautifully on me as an eyeshadow, so if you're somebody who is more on the fair side and you were wanting this highlighter to work for you, it might be too dark for an actual highlight, but as an eyeshadow, it's actually beautiful. I'm going to run it under the lower lash line as well, closer to the lash line than where we put the bronzer, and same thing on the other eye. The eye look is so simple. So now I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir mascara. I've been really liking this ever since I tried it, and we're going to really want bold lashes. I'm not going to do falsies for daytime, but I do want my lashes to be super voluminous. So for the highlighter all over the face, I found that the highlighter in the shade Fuego works best for me, so I'm going to take this. This is from the DESI KATY Dose of Colors collection as well. I'm just going to lightly put this on the high points of the face, down the center of the nose, on the cupid's bow, chin, a little bit up here. And I'm also going to use this as a brow bone highlight. And I'm going to pop a little in the inner corner of the eye. I'm going to brush through my brows real quick, put them back in place. So there are a couple lip options you could wear with this. The first, if you wanted to do something more neutral, you could take the Dose of Colors DESI KATY lipstick. This one's in the shade No Shade. I love this lip color so much, so you could wear it like this by itself, or you could wear a lipstick and top it with their over-the-top gloss. If you're feeling like going a little more glam, this would be a great option. But I personally pictured this look with the liquid lipstick in the shade Hot Fire. It is a bright orangey red color, which I feel like could totally work in the daytime, especially if everything else on your face is kept pretty neutral. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this on. To complete the look, I'm just going to set everything with my Skindinavia Bridal Setting Spray. So this is the completed look for the daytime. I hope you guys like it. I feel like this would be so fun to wear to work or to school. This lipstick is incredible. I'm so obsessed with it. It's the most beautiful, bright red orange. So if you guys want to see my nighttime makeup look, then just keep watching. Okay, so I'm back. I actually took a couple hours off in between in real life. I ate dinner, I edited a little video, and when I first was thinking of filming this video, I was just going to do like a daytime look and a nighttime look separately. But then I was thinking, like most of us, if you were to go from day to night, if you wanted to, you would probably just touch up what you've already got. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. My lipstick is still pretty good, except for in the center because I did eat. Some of my foundation has faded around my nose, so I'm just going to kind of show you guys how I would touch up and vamp it up for evening. So first things first, I'm going to take my Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse. This is one of my all-time favorite skincare items, and I have a makeup wipe lying here, and I'm just going to pump the tiniest amount of this on this wipe and just rub it on my lips. This is like an oil-based remover, so it really breaks down the lipstick. I'm just trying to get all of this off as best as I can. I want to add a little bit more under eye concealer, so I'm just going to dab this on top of what I've already got going on. I know this kind of goes against a lot of makeup rules, but honestly, if I had no time to redo my whole face, this is what I would do. I'm going to take my beauty blender and just press that under the eyes. I also want some down the center of the nose. I lost a little bit of coverage around the nose, and I'll put some on the chin as well. Now I'm going to take some of the Cover FX setting powder that we were using before, and I'm going to bake a little bit under the eyes because I am going to be adding some eyeshadow, and if we have some fallout, I want to be able to wipe it away. So I'm just putting this directly under the eyes. While we're at it, I'm just going to kind of bake the center of the nose as well. Okay, so while that is sitting there, I'm going to hop into my ColourPop single shadows, and I'm going to start off with this one called Bel Air, and I'm just going to start to run this through the crease. Then I'm going to take this shade right here called Made to Last, and on a more precise crease brush, I'm just going to put this in the crease as well, but this will be slightly lower than that first shade. Next, I'm going to hop into this purple shade called Cute Alert, and this one I'm going to lightly press on the outer third and then kind of blend it up into the crease. While I have these eyeshadows out, I'm just going to put those exact same three colors along the lower lash line. I'm using the lighter purple shade close to the lash line. And then I'm going to take a more precise brush for the darkest purple shade we used and just put that close to the lash line on the outer third. Okay, for this look, I'm wanting to go into the Dose of Colors Quad from the DESI and KATY collection, and I'm going to take this shade right here. This one is meant to be used wet, so again, I have a little cap of water, and I'm just going to dip my finger in there and then put it in this really pretty greenish shade, and I'm just going to start to press this all over the lid. This is the coolest eyeshadow color I've ever seen. This one turns literally into like a cream shadow when you get your finger wet. It's the craziest thing. I'm just taking a brush and I'm going to try to blend out the crease a little. And of course I'm going to dip a little brush into water. And with this brush I'm just going to start to go on the lower lash line. I'm wanting a little bit more like warm tone, so I'm going to take this shade. This is called Top Notch, and I'm going to mix a little bit of Made to Last with it. And I'm just going to deepen up the crease with these colors. Make sure that there's no like harsh lines at the top. Then I'm just going to take the extra and brush it under the lower lash line as well. I'm going to take a tiny bit of moisturizer on my fingers and just kind of like run it a little bit onto my lashes. Just a little bit, top and bottom. And then I'm going to reapply some mascara over that. I just find that that sometimes helps when you reapply mascara. Okay, now I'm going to try to sweep off this powder I have no idea if that worked or not. It looks a little bit drying under my eyes. Hopefully setting spray and everything will fix that. So now for the rest of the face, I'm going to go ahead and go into my BarePro powder from BareMinerals. This is in the shade Light Natural 09. I'm taking my core coverage brush, and this is where I'm just going to kind of press onto any areas that need a little more coverage, you know, where the foundation may have come off from earlier. But this way we don't have to remove the entire, you know, face of makeup. You can just kind of mattify, and then you can reapply products on top if you need to. So now I'm just going to reapply some of the products we used before. I'm going to go into that same bronzer. We're just going to re-warm the complexion. For blush, I'm going to go into one of my all-time favorite neutral shades. This is from TheBalm. It's called the Balm Beach Blush. And I'm just going to put this on the apples of the cheeks and blend it back. I'm going to pop some individual lashes on. These have been some of my favorites. These are the Ardell Double Up Lashes, and I just think they're so beautiful for nighttime. Obviously, if you like just mascara, you can totally do that. So I'm just going to pop these on really quick. I like to put the Duo Lash Glue on the back of my hand and then just dip the tip into the glue and then just start to pop them on. So now I'm just going to take my finger and kind of press them underneath the lashes that I just put on, kind of help mesh my real lashes to the individuals. I'm going to line my waterline with this. This is from ColourPop. It is their cream gel liner in the shade Call Me. I can never do my waterline on camera. I'm going to take a little bit of translucent powder, just kind of go over everything, make sure it's all blended together. So now I'm going to hop back into Fuego, which is the exact highlight that we used earlier, and we're just going to intensify the areas that we had already applied. And since this is for evening, I'm going to really add a little extra. A little down the nose, Cupid's bow, chin, a little bit above the brows. And as always, I love to take whatever highlight I use and put it under the brow bone. And we will pop this in the inner corner again. So to make the face look a little less powdery, I'm going to set it with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. And then I'm just going to take my beauty blender and kind of press down the setting spray very lightly all over the skin. Now, of course, we've got to make sure the brows are still looking good. So if you need to, you can brush through them and then kind of like refill any sparse areas, which I'll do right now. So you could pair this with any of the nude lipsticks I showed you before. I'm going to use the Dose of Colors DESI x KATY liquid lipstick in the shade Sauvage. This is a vampy deep purple, which I think will complete this look very nicely. I'm just going to take my time on this. I think I want a little more blush. I'm going to change my outfit and do my hair, and I'll be right back. So that completes the nighttime look. I feel like it's very evening. It's very bold and dark, very fall winter to me, but I also think it's really fun. It would be beautiful for a night out. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these two tutorials. Let me know in the comments below if you did and if you like seeing these day to night makeup looks. I would love to know, so if you do like them, I could keep creating them for you guys. Also, let me know in the comments if you end up getting anything from the DESI x KATY collection. You guys know by now I'm so obsessed with everything. Thanks again for watching, you guys. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button on the way out, and I will see you all in my next video. Love you. Bye!